that roaming out of the ballpark a little more than he's used to.
Yeah, he had a handful of real ugly games. A couple against Atlanta stand out, one against the Pirates. For the most part, he was pretty consistent, but the numbers don't look good. A 4.77 ERA despite that 14-7-1 loss record. So, the commitment for Kyle now is down in the zone, get the ball back on the ground, get back to what made Kyle Hendricks so good. Fastball command down around the knees, and that plus changeup that he features. Have every expectation, at least I do, that he'll bounce back and have a very nice year.
Yeah, same. Last 6 years has been one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. The professor on the hill as the Cubs open up spring training action. Cubs and White Sox on Marquee coming up.
Ortega gets a hold of one and gone. Back it goes, and that will find its way out. Third home run of the ball game for Rafael Ortega.
This is just amazing.
Is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Through it all. By Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer today. By Menards. Save big money at Menards. And by the Bob Locurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. Welcome back, Sloan Park here in Mesa, Arizona. It is a picture-perfect day. We get ready for the White Sox and the Cubs here in Mesa, and we send it downstairs to the third member of our team. Hi, Taylor McGregor.
Hi, Boog Shambi. The only thing that would make this more picture-perfect if you were wearing green, but we're going to put that aside. I guess we'll talk about it throughout the broadcast. I don't know why you don't celebrate St. Paddy's Day, but we're celebrating baseball here today, the first spring training game at Sloan Park in 2022. Everybody's really excited. We've talked about it. A lot of the names, there's some newer ones, some unfamiliar ones, and for the next coming days, that's what we're going to see, because these minor leaguers have been down here since the start of minicamp on February 22nd, so they're more equipped to begin playing games, whereas the major leaguers were required to report on Sunday, so they're slowly building up. The message to those guys is don't try to do too much too fast. Yes, it's a shorter spring training, but you still have to play 162, so each guy just going to listen to his body, and over time you'll slowly see more major leaguers in the lineup in these spring training games, guys.
I would like to state it for the record that I have red hair, so I am celebrating St. Patrick's Day pretty much every day.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's give us our starting lineups, and the White Sox lineup is brought to you by Ford. Your mean Mercedes will lead off. He's the DH. Remember, you got off to that amazing start last year. Zach Collins, Miker, Adolfo, Rutherford, Mendick is in there. And then some of their prospects, Sanchez, Colas, and Ramos, all from Cuba. That's obviously been a big connection for them. And Colas, a guy they signed just in January, he hasn't played in a couple years. He bears watching, and that lineup will go up, of course, against Kyle Hendricks, who gets the start, maybe a little more than an inning today.
Yeah, a lot of unfamiliarity out there in the diamond this afternoon, but certainly a familiar face as the professor takes the mound this afternoon. Kyle now 32 years old. Hard to imagine, hard to believe he's been around as long as he has. We've been following the Cubs over recent years and know what he's all about. Sinker, plus changeup, the elevated four-seamer on occasion, a curveball that's been an improving offering for him over the last couple of seasons, and last year a 14-7 record despite a 4.77 ERA. Cubs defensively, it's brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. And they align thusly here this afternoon. That's PCA, that's what they call him. Pete Crow Armstrong is in left. He's a superior defender. Brennan Davis gets center. Donnie DeWeese is in right. Chase Strumpf out of UCLA plays third base. Dixon Machado, he's kind of a minor league veteran, spent the last couple of years in Korea. Mauro Vargas was with the Cubs last year. Jared Young is the first sacker, and Yan Gomes, the newcomer, is behind the dish. He asked for this assignment today. He wants to get familiar with all the Cubs pitchers, so he's told Rossi, hey, I'd like to be back there to catch Hendricks.
And there is the skipper, third year as the Cub manager, playoffs in 20, not last year, and he's got the green lid on just like everybody on both sides celebrating St. Patty's Day. So here we go. Yermin Mercedes to climb in, and we're ready to roll from Sloan Park. And just so you're aware, the shift is on. That change won't come, at least potentially, until next year. And Kyle missing off the plate for ball one. Alfonso Marquez, our plate umpire. Kyle Hendricks will watch him today, and he's just going to be looking at trying to pepper that zone.
So good at working the edges. Rarely throws the ball over the foul part of the plate. It's always, when he's locked in, it's down and away. Little runner in on the hands on occasion. Maybe right now.
Fouled that one off his foot, and now it's 1-2. Yeah, he felt like his fastball got flat last year. I think one of the other things, you know, for him is that angle, so that he can get to that down and away spot to both righties and lefties. That's what he'll be looking at.
Yeah, it's a difficult pitch to execute. The fastball down and away, right on right.
That one served out into right center field and a base hit. So Yermin Mercedes with the knock. Remember, he started last year 8 for 8. First guy ever to start a season 8 for 8.
Yeah, and he went nuts there for a month or so. And
415 in April. Yeah. So Mercedes aboard, and here is Zach Collins, who's a guy in competition for their backup catcher spot with Sebi Zavala. Yes, Monty Grandal will be their catcher, but first round pick. There's Hendricks out of the stretch. That is in for a strike. JD, one of the things to look at for all pitchers, right, and that is the fact that in today's world, these guys are all training and getting ready, and so as they start to ramp up their throwing leading into spring training, there's a swing and a miss. But then the lockout happens, and it ends up getting to a point where they get to where they're supposed to be at spring training, and they're like, what do I do now? And they can't communicate with the teams, and they don't know when it's going to start.
Yeah, I think if I were a pitcher in that situation, one, you're monitoring the negotiations. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of conversations between players and agents and the executive subcommittee that was negotiating the deal, just getting a sense. Do you think we're close? Because if we are, I'm going to continue to prepare like we're going to start within a week or 10 days. If not, I might back off a little bit.
There's that changeup right there, and Kyle able to get Zach. And a strikeout for Hendricks.
It's such a great weapon for Kyle against left and right-handed hitters, but especially against the lefties, that changeup fading down and away.
I asked Kyle about it too, though, and I think it is a general idea. You're going to see guys first time through the rotation 4 innings, maybe 5 innings tops. Swing and a miss there from Adolfo.
Yeah, I think the buzzword will be caution, right? Early on, even here in spring training, we're seeing it with the lineups of both these clubs are running out there. Most of the regular position players not out there. Then maybe in the next couple of days they'll start to play more frequently. But just talking with David Ross yesterday, you'd rather err on the side of caution early because you have to shut a guy down this early in spring training. That's really going to disrupt things. And if you have to just ask your starters to give you 4, maybe 5 innings as opposed to 6.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to fill in with the bullpen.
And I think the other part is, they're all going to get probably around 4 starts.
I think so.
And the pitchers normally get, what, 6 to 7. Check swing, called strike 3, and Hendricks, after giving up the single, back-to-back punch-outs.
Setting up down and away. This pitch actually gets a lot of the plate. I mean, that's Paul Lynn. That's Whoopi Goldberg. That's center square right there. The young fella couldn't pull the trigger.
If you had a Paul Lynn reference in game 1 of this spring training, like, good on you, because I knew we'd get one this year, but not game 1.
Well, he rarely throws a Paul Lynn fastball. He's more of a Charlie Weaver guy.
And that one's screaming off into the seats.
But here's the other thing, that 6 start idea. I mean, this goes back. This is what's been happening in spring training for years and years and years. Modern starting pitcher isn't getting ready to give you 7, 8, 9 innings anyway at the start of the season. If at any point in the season, I mean, we're asking 6 innings out of these guys. So I think, there's a chance that some of these guys are going to be kind of fully ready to go.
Vargas gobbles it up, flips to first. And that's that. Good start for Kyle Hendricks. And here come the Cubs up to hit and due up. Ildemaro Vargas will lead things off. Yan Gomes and top prospect Brennan Davis. Here come the Cubs.
To make the most of March.
First pitch swinging. Deep left field. Storybook home run.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And he knew it, too.
Everybody knew it. There was a little bit of a backflip involved.
Park, Cubs and White Sox playing split squad 7-inning games. And for the Cubs, let's take a look at their lineup today, brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. So Vargas and Gomes will hit in front of the Cubs top prospect Brennan Davis. Jared Young, as mentioned, will start at first. Peter Armstrong, the guy Taylor mentioned, has dealt with some shoulder stuff, so really will be making his debut this year. He's got less than 30 professional at bats. Strump, Deweese, Machado, Jimbroni. That's the look at the lineup against Kyle Kuba. That one in there for a strike.
Kyle Kuba has not pitched in the big leagues. Reached AAA last year. 27 appearances, a 4.92 ERA. He's a finesse lefty. He's probably not going to carry.
Up down to first as Mieses able to make the play.
The White Sox defensively brought to you by University of Chicago Medicine. Micah Adolfo is in center. Oscar Colas Colas center. Adolfo left and have a perfect year, Blue. Blake Rutherford is in right field. Ramos third. Mendick and Sanchez up the middle. Mises, who really handled that scorching pop-up, is at first. Zach Collins is behind the dish.
So Kubat back to work, and here's Yan Gomes, who signed a 2-year deal to be the backup for Wilson Contreras, 34 years old. Last year hit 252, 14 homers, 52 knocked in with the Nationals and the A's. Chop left side, and that one collected by Mendick. And 2 down. Gomes retired. And here comes Brennan Davis. Happy St. Patty's Day wherever you are. Nice to have baseball. Baseball on the TV. So here's Davis now. Last year, those are his numbers combined between AA and AAA. Still only 22 years old. You know, JD, I think the first thing you think of with this guy, for all the talent, he's got 584 minor league at-bats.
Yeah, I think everybody in the organization and those who pay attention to the minor league players from outside the organization were really stunned, maybe too strong of a word, but surprised at how quickly he has developed. And everything I heard about him was this kid's a really good athlete, but he's raw. It's going to take a while for the hitting piece of this to click in, but he has taken off. He really made huge strides last year.
Went to high school in Chandler, about 30 minutes away. Cubs minor league player of the year. Depending on where you're looking, Baseball America has him as the 16th best prospect. MLB Pipeline has him as the 14th best prospect in the entire minor leagues. And that is crushed left field, but Adolfo right there and under it and makes the catch. Maybe it wasn't that crushed. It's game 1, JD.
It was good, though.
It's fly ball.
Yeah, we got us excited.
Swung on, belted.
It was crushed, but off that end of.
We're going to take a break.
Madison Bumgarner, a complete game shutout. No hits for the Braves in 7. And the Diamondbacks sweep the doubleheader. They win game 2, 7-0. Look at that right there. That says it all.
This is 2022 regular season. Go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Don't miss your chance to find the best tickets to the best games, including the home opener Thursday, April 7th, 1:20 start time against the Milwaukee Brewers. We will see you soon at Wrigley Field.
Hendricks back to work. And a curveball misses upstairs inside to Danny Mendick. Mendick and then Mises and then Sanchez. Going to get a look today at last year's first round pick Jordan Wicks, the lefty, with that good changeup. Should go a couple innings today. That'll be fun. got spring training and baseball back here in Arizona. Drilled to center. Davis is there, glides across to make the catch. And we welcome you into the Budweiser broadcast booth. This Bud's for you, John Jambi. That's Jim Lachey's. Welcome back. How you doing, sir?
Good, really good. Good to be here.
Yeah, I like it. I'm happy.
Yeah. You had a nice winter. Did a lot of hoops.
I did a lot of hoops. Yeah.
Now you're doing your back. Back to your first love.
That's right. This. Did you find the baseball? Where's the baseball?
I got my ball.
Okay. You dropped it during the open.
Yeah, I was going to be flipping it when it came on. You know, I was going to say something witty or something.
Sure.
I dropped it.
As the ball's in the air.
Yeah,
I was sort of looking off into the distance.
baseball is back.
Here.
Stupid remark. Ball was crushed. Good foul. It's exciting for these kids, right? A lot of these guys in a normal spring might not even get a spring training at bat in the big field. But here they are in front of a packed house, get an opportunity to play.
This kid, Luis Mesis, is a first baseman. You look at first base, obviously it'll be Jose Abreu. One of the things for the White Sox, you know, Jose Abreu's a free agent at the end of the year. See what happens. Good crowd. Looking crowd. A lot of green for St. Patty's Day. That one just missed.
Is this kid on the cusp?
No.
He's not cusp.
No, he was A in high A last year, so I don't think that he's an alternative for them in the immediate future. Looked like he broke his bat, and that one flared out into right, and between Vargas and Deweese, a base hit.
And off the end of the bat a little bit, out in front of the changeup. Off with about 8 inches there, but he got himself a knock.
So Mesis at first. Gilbert Sanchez, the second baseman. Now, this guy they like a lot. He's a top 10 prospect in their organization, depending on where you're looking. He's 25 years old, native of Cuba. They've just developed that connection, it seems, to Cuba, the White Sox have. And there's a strike from Kyle Hendricks, hoping to get an inning plus something, but he's been efficient so far. So we'll see if maybe he can get one too.
Yeah, there's somebody throwing in the Cubs bullpen, but with no real urgency. You know, a lot of times there'll be a conversation in the dugout. You know, they'll come in, here's the plan. We want to give you an inning. We want to get you back out there just to get used to coming in, sitting down, then going back out. But maybe we'll only give you a hitter or two after that. But perhaps Kyle said, you know what, let me try to finish the inning. I'm working on something. I want to get locked in on this fastball location. Wasn't happy with it in the first.
In the air out towards right center. And Davis can't get it. He'll take a hop and bounce onto the berm. It's an automatic double for Sanchez as Mesis stops at third, and 2 aboard, 2 in scoring position with 1 out.
Ball really carries well here out in the desert. This is well struck, however, by Sanchez. Finished long through the ball. Davis looked for a minute like he had a beat on that one. Just came up a little bit short. Sometimes for a veteran pitcher, these lineups where you don't know the guys can be really problematic because you have no idea. There's no scouting report that Hendricks is going to see on any of these guys, and not that he would pitch to a scouting report in this situation anyway.
There's a strike. This is the kid, Oscar Colas, that they spent big money on in January, a $2.7 million Signing bonus. He hasn't played organized ball in about 2 years. When I talked to Kyle, he said exactly, what you mentioned. Basically, I'm focused on me today. I'm not even going to think about what they're throwing out there. He's looking to dot down and away, work on angles. Kyle just trying to find that fastball field.
Years ago when I was playing, many years ago with the Astros, and Nolan Ryan was working in spring. He threw like 22 consecutive curveballs. He was just working on his curveball one after another.
Towards left center. Davis makes the catch as Mieses tags from third and comes in to score. So the White Sox on the board, a sacrifice fly, and it's 1-0.
If you're playing baseball bingo at home and you had a square that said, when's the first time JD's going to mention that he was teammates with Nolan Ryan, you're winning. Go ahead and cover that box with your coin.
I don't think do you feel like you beat that one up? No, I don't think so. No. Did you do spring training both places? Did you do it in Florida and Arizona, or only Florida?
I went to camp 1 year with the A's as a non-roster invite. Did not make the ball club.
Okay.
Had to bring that up.
Sorry. Just a magnet taking it to negative town. JD, I'd like to bring up a bad memory. Do you have one?
Remember that time you failed to make the club? Dragged your family all over the states trying to find a job?
I'm here to help. 2 down, man at second. And that curveball drops in for a strike to Brian Ramos. Ramos starting at third base.
So going back to our conversation last inning about pitcher preparedness.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if Kyle Hendricks was really full systems go at the start of the year. I think David Ross and Tommy Hotovy are probably going to ask these guys not necessarily to get there because they're afraid that they might push.
Popped up right side. Young coming on, makes the call and the catch. And that's that. White Sox, they'll pick up a run and a sacrifice flies. We go to the bottom of the second on a gorgeous day here at Sloan Park in Mesa. White Sox lead.
Got him! The Giants, for the first time since 2012, are champions of the National League West. And let this celebration begin.
Winter, some of the diehard Cub fans, flying the W at the North Pole. All asked for Christmas was Correa and Stroh to the Cubs. Well, you got half of it. Seriously, this is the North Pole, and yes, Cubs fans are diehards. And then Antarctica. Got the W flying there. That's amazing. Nice day out
I've never
on
been.
the berm.
I'd love to visit.
Berm?
Poles.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you.
Here the restaurant scene is killer.
Big swing and a miss from Jared Young. Red Sox lead 1-0. Luke Shambi, Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, Sloan Park here in Mesa. JD, one thing we were talking about as we were going to the break about pitcher preparedness, and then also just sort of the domino of roster effect. There is anticipation, I would say, throughout the league that to begin the year, the roster size will be larger than 26. You know, talking to some people, I feel pretty confident that the league right now, there's nothing firm, but they're looking at ways to add roster spots early in the season. Not totally clear how it'll shake out, but they're discussing it at the moment. So maybe, you know, you go 2 extra guys for the first week, an extra guy for the first, you know, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I anticipate. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gotten to that point yet. And presumably by opening day that will be the case.
Yeah.
You know, part of the new CBA caps pitchers on the roster at 13. But again, I think early on they may expand that a little bit, create a taxi squad, whatever, just to protect arms.
Yeah, no doubt about it. T-Mac, what do you got?
Pitcher preparedness. I thought it was interesting how Tommy Hotovy said these days guys come in and they're throwing their entire repertoire day one. Where it used to be, JD, probably when you were playing, you come in, like you mentioned, Nolan Ryan, just working on a curveball to begin with. So these guys, pitchers especially, are already ahead of the curve in comparison to when you were playing, right?
I think so, yeah. And since the game has changed and become more bullpen focused than it was many years ago, again, I think starting pitchers are not tasked with being ready to throw 100 pitches. Certainly not out of the gate. I mean, they rarely do it over the course of the regular season. So if you can get a guy, if you feel comfortable that a guy can go out there and give you 80 pitches the first couple outings of the year, and if it's efficient, then he's going to be able to get you into the 6th inning. So that will look like normal baseball, but there will be games early on. There's a steady supply of bullpen guys.
Pete Crow Armstrong swinging through that one, so a punch out in his spring debut, and bring up Chase Strump, Craig Driver, and Kyle Hendricks having a chat. Jan Gomes over there as well. Craig Driver moving from the first base coach spot. He's been replaced by Mike Napoli, and Driver will be involved more in the catching, the game planning, especially in part with the departure of Mike Borzello. So,
and that's indicative of the modern game right there. That shot we have in the dugout. Hendricks, Gomes, Tommy Hotovy, Craig Driver, 4 guys breaking down a 2-inning outing. I mean, having deep conversations. I mean, back in the day, it was like, all right, go get your running in, kid. And again, Hendricks is so cerebral and he loves feedback. So I think maybe these conversations are more likely to take place with Kyle than maybe some others.
Tommy Hotovy. Ball to strike to Chase Strump, the 24-year-old, second-round pick out of UCLA back in 19. Last year got a chance to play between A and AA. Just turned 24, March 8th. Fire up a happy belated birthday.
Sure.
Bounce to short. Mendick takes it in.
March 8th, anniversary of Ali Frazier won, I believe. Wow. One of the Ali Frazier fights.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. 8:20 opening day of the shortened season, and Cubs versus Brewers. Hendricks dominant again. 103 pitches, a 3-hit shutout. First opening day shutout since 2013, and only the second since 2003. It was the first opening day complete game by Cubs since Bill Bonham in 1974, and that was a work of art. July 24th, 2020.
All 3 hits from the 9-hole hitter, Orlando Arcia. If he stays home, Kyle's got a perfect game.
As they continue to check, Corey Abbott will take over. The right-hander misses up and in. Top of the order, Mercedes, Collins, and Adolfo. With the work that he did last year at the big league level.
That was his first taste of the major leagues. Former second-round draft pick in San Diego.
Tapped softly. The shift was on. Vargas there. And Jermaine Mercedes retired 1 away.
Corey Abbott was the Cubs minor league pitcher of the year in 2019. Did not put up very good numbers at Iowa last year. Had a ERA of 5.91. All of his work prior to last year coming up through the Cubs system was really good, however. 3.01 ERA, AA Tennessee in 19. He can spin it. Good breaking stuff.
Got an entirely new battery. Is Abbott.
Costello?
No. It'd have been more fun that way, but it's Hicks. Here is Pete Crow Armstrong to pull that one down. So John Hicks is the new catcher. And with 2 away, there he is. They got to go by Hicksy there.
Yeah, Hicks, Jay Hicks.
Yeah.
Hick dog. Cubs have they have 3 Wicks and a Hick. And it's kind of stuff I spend my winter grinding out in Boog.
You dropped that to me in the car last night when we were driving home.
Roster oddities. As we always point out in spring training, playing the outfield here is never a real picnic. It's a really bright, they refer to as a high sky, no cloud covers. Not breezy today, though. That helps.
Big swing and a miss there. Miker Adolfo grounded out his first time as Corey Abbott's gotten the first 2 here in the 3rd. Split squad 7-inning affair here at Sloan. Same 2 teams. I think maybe the better way to put it, same 2 organizations playing over in Glendale, right?
Yeah, again, that game over there not featuring a bunch of recognizable names either. How do you take that? Supposed to ground that to short.
Oh, that's a good pitch. 3-2. In the air, left field. Going back, Pete Crow Armstrong near the wall and jumps, and he can't get it. It's gone. Just got out. Miker Adolfo with the home run, and it's 2-0.
Well, that was a very impressive bit of hitting from Miker Adolfo. One, the take on the previous pitch. Abbott made it just a nasty pitch. He was able to lay off. Then he got a mistake up and out over the plate. And delivered a souvenir to some folks out there on the berm. That pitch is up, moving in on him a little bit. A quick stroke, powerful stroke from a big man.
He hit 25 homers last year between AA and AAA. Miker Adolfo. And the pitch to Blake Rutherford. So now 2-0 to count. Out into center. Brennan Davis is there. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Cubs coming up to hit. We'll hear from the skipper, David Ross.
First pitch of the game, a fly ball. Goodbye. Home run for Miguel Rojas.
And he drives this one, and this is going to go out of the ballpark. Rojas homers on the first pitch, and now VR does the same.
The Giants have been playing catch-up all night long. There's a high drive to right, down the line. It is Cochran, slam into the water. Can you believe it?
Six no-hit innings for Zach Davies. He's been brilliant here tonight. And they're 3 outs away from a combined no-hitter. Swing and a miss. History in L.A. It's a no-hitter. Welcome back here in Mesa. John Chumby, Jim Deshaies, and Taylor McGregor. Hoping to be joined by the manager of the Cubs, David Ross, momentarily. New pitcher will be Emilio Vargas. Donnie DeWeese is at the plate. The first offering misses upstairs.
Let me know when you get it on there. Can you put it on your ear?
And that one is crushed right field. It curls foul. Hit that hard.
That one smothered by Donnie DeWeese. Originally drafted by the Cubs, he was a second-round pick a few years ago. Traded to the Royals in the Alec Mills deal, and then reacquired by the Cubs prior to the 19 season.
So DeWeese hitting that one hard. This one just missed. I believe we have a caller on the line.
Is this Domino's?
Go ahead, caller.
Would you like some cheesy bread with that?
Extra breadsticks. What's up, fellas? Baseball's back. Let's go.
It's back.
How we doing?
It's so funny that you said that, because I know fans, media, we've all been talking about how excited we are, but the players are excited too, aren't they? There's this sort of boyish enthusiasm, I feel like, that's really been around the camp. Everybody's just excited to be back at it.
Yeah, I think like when you go through the offseason that we all went through, and you don't hear a lot about each other and what the players are going through, what the staff's going through, what everybody's doing. It's guys have been working their butt off, man. They're ready to go, and they couldn't wait to get on the field, and just waiting for that stuff to get over with. And you know, these guys been playing baseball their whole life. They love the game. They work really hard at it, and they put a lot of hard work into that. Now they get to come out here and show their skills.
And probably a certain element of, we don't even know if we're going to get to do this anytime soon during the labor strife.
Yeah, I mean, like it's usually a hurry up and wait kind of you know, game that we play, and it was like wait. Now it's a little bit of a hurry up. So it is. These guys, like I said, they put a lot of work in. They're at home taking batting practice in cages, on fields, with high school teams. I mean, they're working, and it's nice just to be around big leaguers in this environment with fans.
Collins not able to make the play there, and so Machado stays alive.
Honestly, he missed
that. He missed it. Hold on, let me just make sure. My first argument in spring training.
Oh, did somebody signal out?
Yeah, the umpire did. Okay, there we go. They fixed it.
Yeah, it's spring training for everybody.
Well, listen, I can get thrown out of the first game, can't I?
Of course, that'd be historic.
That'd be something.
Yes, it would.
Be a tone setter. Hey, this guy means business. All these new guys you have would be, ooh, man, this is intense.
Intense.
We were talking pitcher preparedness up here, watching Kyle do his thing. It looked pretty good from our vantage point, and obviously you don't want to push real hard in this shortened spring training, but would you be stunned if he was able to get you into the 6th inning at the start of the season?
I think it's all about, how that is, JD, like if the innings go, how hard he has to work, all that stuff once the season starts. But what I do know is this guy, going back to the pandemic in 2020, this guy was through a complete game rather than shoot. So he's a worker. We know that. He prepares the best. And, if you look at his, first 5-6 hitters, I think it was 1-2 or 0-2 on everybody he faced. So he knows how to throw strikes. He had nice angles. Looked really good to me.
Obviously, there's been a flurry of signings. I guess it'd be hard. Are we allowed to ask you about? There's a Japanese player reportedly that the Cubs are interested in. Are we allowed to ask you about that?
Yeah, I guess I don't know what you're allowed to. I don't know all the rules anymore as what pertains to this season, but it is definitely. It is definitely an exciting rumor. To have a guy with his skill set coming over here potentially in his age and what he's been able to do overseas, and there's a reason why there were 7-8 teams chasing him. This guy's a really good has been a really good baseball player.
And it's just been a whirlwind for you in terms of, we added this guy, whether it's Chris Martin or VR or with every second you're having to check your phone or go to a meeting or someone's telling you something.
Or somebody walks by my office and is on their way to a physical and I'm meeting them for the first time. So there's definitely a lot of that. But the front office is working their butt off. They're here late. Trying to talk contract stuff, trying to pick up players. Our pitching guys are sending presentations to other guys. They're working their butt off to try to get us the best possible players we can and kind of fill some of the holes and really the depth, right? Like there's so much we saw last year, how much depth you need to get through a full season, and it's been a little while, and they're working really hard at it.
Yeah, you used more players than any team had ever used in Major League history. It set the record, and that's the way it's gone. Right now. What were the challenges in not being able to communicate during the lockout, like practically in terms of the impact that it has now?
Well, I think I learned that I don't have any real friends. I think the only friends that I have are baseball players. And, I think it gave me an opportunity to touch base with my coaching staff, plan, connect with the new guys we hired. We did some changes in the offseason as far as the staff goes, and connecting with those guys, getting playing with those guys, what they want to implement, how we run things here. Just was really important and a really, really big piece.
Well, that one redirected out into left field. And so Machado ends up at third. And Jim Brony with a knock. So they're at the corners. Take a peek at this one, JD.
Yeah, breaking ball. Pitcher got his desired result. He got the ground ball. One of those tweeners. If he leaves it alone, the shortstop's going to make a play. But the third basemen are normally taught, if you can get it, go for it. It clearly would have been an easier play for Danny Mendick. Nice break for the Cubs.
Wow. You guys are in mid-season form. That was a nice breakdown, JD.
We're trying to get you monitored.
That would be nice. I would love that.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on the new contract, too. We were talking about all these new players.
That's right.
New contract for you. That has to feel good.
That always feels good. I don't think the job change. It just is really, a signal publicly from the front office of how they believe in me, and that goes a long way for me. And just I have a great working relationship with them, and the new guys have been great that have been hired. Just I'm super thankful, and really, let's be honest, I've got a really good job, and I'm really blessed to be a part of this organization. It's been really good to me. So that's nice, and I'm thankful.
As it relates to free agency, have you actually been in a position where you've tried to recruit guys?
Yes, I have, and I've done a pretty good job.
Because you're very charming
on camera. Just being honest.
Yeah. So you were able to charm people, and obviously it worked.
Well, so far so good. I mean, the big picture is to win baseball games, and we're trying to get as many good baseball players as we can in here. Make the ones we have just a little bit better. We've got a lot of talent here. Some guys that have been a part of winning around here. There's some hardware. There's guys that are coming in to an organization that sign big contracts that come here expect to win. And so as long as we keep that mindset of there's championship aspirations here, and we're always working towards that, I think this is a special place to play in a special city with special people around here.
Rossi, you know, with all the ads that have come here in short order, a lot of new guys joining the organization, there's probably a lot of guys in camp that probably thought they were in a certain position in the depth chart that now maybe are down the depth chart a little bit. Does that lead to some tough conversations?
You know what? I like to communicate that stuff, right? I talked to him at the beginning. There's this unique spring training in the offseason that we went through. I think everybody's going to come in with goals and the positions they're going to try to win, but there's a lot of things that are out of their control, and I think if everybody goes about their business and gets himself ready to play come opening day, have the best spring training they possibly can to get ready to play when the season starts, then we're going to be just fine. There will be tough decisions that I have to make. I've talked to these guys to try to communicate any kind of changes or where my mindset is, but we'll continue to have those if anything changes, and make sure we keep these guys in the right frame of mind. But the only thing they control is their work.
Mendick, and that one falls.
Gotta keep running that ball.
And there you go, Jim Brony able to make it all the way around. He and Machado scored. And we got ourselves a 2-2 game.
They're going to roll it.
They're going to roll the inning.
Yeah.
Miguel Cairo is their manager today. All right, so that's going to do it. Rossi, we appreciate you stopping by as we take a peek at that pop-up Machado and Jim Brony scoring. Look forward to catching up some more during spring training. And Rossi, you have friends, buddy.
Well, I told Miguel over there that I was trying to be on TV, so
there's a signal for that. You bet you didn't know it.
Technology is meant to make our lives.
Lines one into right center field for a base hit. Bellinger, with the biggest hit of his career, has just given the Dodgers a 2-1 lead.
Did he go?
He did, and the game ends. Over the glove of Mike Rosso, and this time he's going to pull it. Extra bases. See you later. He's going to third. Here's the throw. Seiko for Trey Turner.
I mean, you want to talk about a prime-time player. You cannot take your eyes off him. You can't stop talking about him. Did he get another one? Yes, he did! Oh, man, this dude is unbelievable.
He's done it! Spencer Turnbull throws the 8th no-hitter in Tigers history. What a night, what an effort.
Top of the fourth. It's at the top of the fourth already. My goodness. 7-inning ball game here today. White Sox and the Cubs are tied at 2-2. Are you in charge of your next business or social gathering? Then why not play a group outing at a Cubs game? Cubs offer ticket packages that include special perks for groups of 15 or more. To book your group experience, scan the QR code on the screen or visit Cubs.com/groups.
Hey, new pitcher, and it'll be the lefty Jordan Wicks. Excited to get a chance to watch this guy throw. First-round pick at Kansas State. He only pitched in 4 games, 7 innings. One rolled to third. Strump handles the chance, and there's one away. Hey, let's go downstairs. Taylor McGregor with Jan Gomes.
Thanks, Boog. Yeah, new face for you catching Kyle today. How'd you think he looked? Good catch. Sounds like you do that for a living.
No, it looked great. We know what Kyle does. We try to just work both sides and just trying to get on the same page. There was a long break there in between innings to try to just communicate and just kind of see what each other likes. And I think we're starting to get on the same page already.
What's the process for you as you go about learning a new pitching staff?
Really, just like that. Just try to talk. Try to let him know how I see things and how he sees it. I mainly try to just hear what they have to say, how they like to pitch, and just keep the line of communication open, and then go through scouting reports, and then we can take the next step on how go through our season.
How valuable is it for you to come here, have a former teammate of yours, Mike Napoli, on the coaching staff?
It definitely helps the little bit of the comfort level. Nap's been an unbelievable guy. He was one of the best teammates I've had when we were in Cleveland together. And I know he brings a lot to the table, and having him here is definitely an awesome.
You bring a lot to the table as well. The first Brazilian-born Major League Baseball player. What type of expectation comes with that?
When I was first starting in 2012, you're thinking you're just making it to big league as a kid. It's a dream come true. But then I started to realize that it was a whole country, cheering me on, and that definitely meant a lot. It took a lot of pride, and I'm very proud to be a Brazilian-born player, and just hope to grow the sport in Brazil as well.
I'd assume most of your friends played soccer, so how did you fall in love with baseball?
I didn't have many friends, I guess. We had quite a community of Brazilian baseball players that we were very close, which was hard when we moved from Brazil to here. But they keep in touch, and again, I'm just trying to make them proud.
Mixed martial arts also in your repertoire as you prepare for this season. Can you explain what you do?
I don't think mixed martial arts is in my repertoire, but I do it mainly just as a cardio. I have some good friends of mine that are fighters, and I just try to get in there. It's not to become a tougher guy or anything like that. It's mainly just a different way to sweat, just to get a good cardio in. And I love the sport, and someday I just kind of love to watch it and kind of love to understand it more.
Do those skills translate at all to the baseball field?
Well, see, again, no, I do not want those skills to translate in any way. I'm not saying I want to go out there and fight anybody. Even though, but I mean, if it comes down to it, I got a buddy of mine that says to put it in my repertoire, I got to have one of those. But no, I'm a baseball player, and mainly, but all seriousness, just really hand-eye coordination and a good cardio, being in a good position to throw a punch, throw good swings, especially being a catcher. I think all those things are very important.
You've won a lot in your career with the Nationals 2019. Back in 2016, you went to the World Series. I don't know if any Cub fans remember that year. But for you, how do you help instill a winning culture into some of these new guys who haven't experienced it at the big league level?
Well, we do have some guys here that experienced stomping in our faces in Cleveland. It's the greatest moment in Cubs history, I'm sure. It wasn't in... I was very sad with it. But really, it's a long season, and we can't take any game off. It starts now. There's going to be a lot of distractions that go in throughout the season. We just got to have to gel as a team and stay together as a team. And when those tough times come, we can bounce each other, pick each other up, and just go for the long haul.
What have your impressions been of Marcus Stroman so far?
The Stro Show, he comes with a lot of energy. I'm super excited. I'll get to catch him tomorrow. And the guy has earned everything that he's done. He's a tremendous pitcher. He's done it all at every level, so I'm excited to see him play.
There you go. We will be back after these commercials. Thanks so much for the time, Jan Gomes. Just getting started here at Sloan Park. Spring training underway.
And they're
there's another one. 2,807 as Max passes Cy Young.
The fans are into it. What an accomplishment.
Swinging a drive, deep left field. This is way back. Walk him off. Chris Taylor.
The Dodgers are walking off to San Francisco. They win the wild card.
And there's another one. 2,807 as Max passes Cy Young.
The fans are into it. What an accomplishment.
Chop slowly. Oh, there's a situation at third. The throw is to first. They have Simeon in a rundown. He's tagged out. Throw to
Park in Mesa. White Sox and Cubs tied at 2. A 7-inning split squad game. John Shelby, Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and we're delighted to be joined up here in the booth by Cubs president of baseball operations, Jed Hoyer. What have you been doing? Been busy?
It's been unbelievable. I mean, obviously, I've never experienced something like this. We had the sprint before the lockout, and then an unbelievable sprint last week. Not a lot of sleep, but we knew this was coming the whole time and prepared for it. So it's been wild. I think wild for 30 teams, and like I said, hopefully we don't experience something like this again, because I think everyone's signing guys as fast as they can. And I think the nature of this spring is going to be a little strange. The early season, I don't think guys are stretched all the way out and stuff, so people are grabbing pitching where they can and depth where they can. But it's been a lot of fun. Our staff has done a great job, and I'll be excited to finalize it and really have a better sense of where our roster is.
Is it like a trade deadline? What's it like? Because I feel as though if I've seen you and Carter 10 times, you've each probably been on your phone 9 of them. When I've seen you, it's been that seemingly that crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely been a full phone battery pack day every day. A phone a lot. It feels like a trade deadline. I think it's coming towards an end. I think guys seem like there's a lot of urgency over the last few days. You get a sense that games are starting and people realize they need to get in camp. So first couple of days, there wasn't quite as much urgency. Now you get the sense guys want to sign and get to camp. And even if you sign today, you're probably not getting on the field until probably Monday at the earliest, because of physicals and stuff like that. So already you're behind. So I think a lot of guys are going to be behind and kind of getting ready in the season. And I think you can expect some unusual stuff. I think in April.
If you were able to sign, just hypothetically, like a Japanese player for maybe a 5-year contract, when would he hypothetically be able to be here?
I knew you were going to ask that for some reason. Next time I come on at a different time, I'm more than happy to talk about it. I can't yet, but can't quite yet. But no, it's been a fun 3 or 4 days in that regard. Yeah, and obviously we met with him on Monday night, and that was a really great experience. And Tom flew out for that, and I think that it's always those processes are always enjoyable. Getting to know people you don't know in that setting.
So this is just circling back a little bit, follow the big initial questions. This is kind of granular and maybe borderline lame, but when you talk to agents, I would assume normally you pick up the phone, you dial their number. I mean, through this period, have you had to like text instead of like an appointment? I mean, do you have availability? I mean, has it been so busy? Is it, is the accessibility still there?
Yeah, not as much recently. I would say the first night was wild because it was just 6 o'clock on Thursday night. Everyone was calling, and you knew guys were probably getting multiple calls at the same time. Yeah, it was. Like I said, everyone had been preparing for this for 99 days. You knew when lockout ended, it was going to be a sprint. This was more of a sprint than we thought. I think we all thought we probably had a little bit more time. Or not time in lockout, but I think we probably thought it was going to be okay. Like they'll start tomorrow, and then maybe spring training will go till April. We'll have a go till April 15th or something. No, this is going to start tonight. And by the way, opening day is still April 7th. So I think that, and we're still waiting to hear on the roster stuff. I'm hoping the next couple of days we'll learn about what are we doing, what are we playing within April. Because I think that to me is really important. We think about. Are we going to play with 26 and 13? Are we going to play with 28? Are we going to play 30?
Maybe.
We have no idea. Yeah.
Well, they're talking about it right now at the league office. But they're still haven't sorted things out, and that'll really impact, what you're putting together.
Yeah. So we've had some initial roster discussions with the coaching staff, but we can't really lock in on anything until we know the rules.
There's so much to get to, in fact, in terms of what's in front of us. You get the guy at first base in Brennan Davis, and then the guy at the plate. I guess I'll start with PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong, who you got in the Baez trade. He's a former first-round pick. He basically will be making his minor league professional debut this year. He's got, 25 plate appearances as a minor leaguer and had that shoulder issue. But give me a little scouting report on him.
Yeah, so he only played I want to say like half a dozen games or so last year. Before he hurt his shoulder, he was out for the year. Really outstanding defensive outfielder. He's obviously playing left today with Brennan in center, but he's a true center fielder. He can really go get it. This makes it look easy out there. They made some swing changes with him, and he was here all winter working out, and he looks a lot stronger. His exit velocity off the bat are way up from where they were before. So it's exciting. You see right now he can run. And he's a guy that was a high school player. He was, for a while, he was the number one high school player in the country. You don't end up there by not having a really good instinct. So we're super excited about him. And obviously Brendan at second. I feel like we got somewhat lucky with Davis. He's not on the 40-man yet, so he was able to work out with us all winter. And he looks fantastic physically when you see him. And he's obviously always been a physical guy, really athletic, but he's even put on more really good weight. He looks terrific, and so like I said, we were fortunate he was able to, some of the guys in the 40-man rosters, some of the older prospects weren't able to. We had some guy like a Chris Morel or Canario or Velasquez. We couldn't talk to them or figure out what was going on with them because on 40, but Brendan wasn't. I think that was really fortunate.
Give me a good comp for Brennan Davis.
Oh, man, I'm not going to play the comp game. No, I think
Chad Hoyer said he's the next Willie Mays.
I'll say this, I'm not going to compare him as a baseball player, but I think more and more from a physical standpoint, I think he looks like Matt Kemp. The young version of Matt Kemp with the Dodgers, when he could really run, play center field, really strong. I think Kemp's lower half was a little bit bigger even then, but both guys were probably the same height. They probably end up being the same weight, and then guys that can run a lot better than you expect. I thought that was a heck of a throw that he made earlier, showing off the arm too. So that's probably the best physical comp I'll give you.
He can stick in center in your mind?
I think he's an outstanding outfielder, whether it's a center fielder or a plus outfielder. He's definitely a very good defender.
All right, we didn't get to ask you about the new GM, Carter Hawkins, but we'll snag some time with him. Thank you for stopping by. I know you're crazy busy. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Great to be back.
Thanks, Pat.
And they're going to wave him around. The throw misses a cutoff man. Shot into the plate. Out the plate. Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a shortstop.
Ground ball, Bregman on 2 hops. Low throw picked by Ewing, division winner. The golden era of Astros baseball continues.
and he swings, hits it high and deep and gone. Home run. Broncos first in the big leagues will tie this game.
The smile says it all, and Freddie's smiling right back at him.
He wants to punch him out so bad.
Jordan Wicks back to work here. Appreciate Jed Hoyer stopping by. So Wicks here in the top of the fifth, a 2-2 game. Baseball here in Mesa. It's great to be back.
Ooh, there's that good changeup. That's a signature pitch for Jordan Wicks. First round draft pick, as Luke mentioned, came in last inning out of Kansas State. Anticipate a quick ascension to the big leagues for this very polished college left-hander. Strong lower unit too. Like that.
He's not missing leg day.
No. Greg Swindell out there.
Oh, I like it. That's to left. Crow Armstrong back near the wall, and that one just sneaks over the fence.
A little less Swindell, a little more me there.
So Ramos with the home run. And Brian Ramos gives the White Sox a 3-2 lead. A towering fly ball that just snuck over the wall into the bullpen.
Yeah, when your game as a left-handed pitcher is change-up and then elevated fastballs, you're going to give up your fair share of home runs. As long as they're solos, they're generally not going to be too big of an issue.
That is roped into left field and a base hit. Look at some of the signings. There's Simmons. Of course, a guy who's made his mark as a shortstop. Chris Martin, guy who helped. He's a good reliever. Suzuki, that reported 5-year deal. David Robertson in camp. And they have signed Jonathan Villar, a guy that gives them some versatility. Oh, nice play at short. Machado. They get one and on to first two. That was gorgeous. Dixon Machado, the former Tiger prospect, spent the last 2 years in the KBO for the Lotte Giants, and he turns in a spectacular play.
Yeah, this is just beautiful. Quick feet, great hands. Perfect feed to start that 6-4-3 double play. It's one of the things, you know, as a pitcher advancing through the minor leagues, it's a little easier to facing opposing hitters in a ball. But the higher you get, the better players you have behind you, and plays get made for you at the upper levels, and of course in the big leagues that maybe you don't see made behind you at the college level or lower minor leagues.
Yeah, it's a good point. And Dixon Machado, a guy, pieces of 4 seasons with the Tigers. Last 2 years in the KBO. Of course, JD, I am a KBO expert.
Yeah. Tell us everything you know about the KBO.
Just did. Edgar Adolfo, who homered in his previous plate appearance. St. Patty's Day, wherever you are, hope you're doing well, staying safe, and enjoying some baseball. Outside corner, ring him up. Good job by Wicks. Get some help on the defensive side from Dixon Machado. White Sox lead.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority.
Seven in a row to start the ball game for Pablo Lopez. Strike three, Major League
Votto hammers it. Center field. 7th heaven. It's 7 consecutive games with a Joey Votto record. He breaks his own franchise record.
Deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. His first Yankee home run, and it gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead.
Welcome to the team. 0-0 game. Anthony Rizzo.
Sports Network. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Hyundai. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. By Miller Lite, the original light beer. By Advocate Healthcare. Let's live well and make the most of every moment, game day and every day. And by Wintrust, proud legacy partner of the Chicago Cubs and exclusive home of Cubs checking. Cubs fans, baseball is back on Marquee Sports Network. Spring training action continues tomorrow. The Cubs face off against the Giants, and coverage starts at 9 p.m. right here on Marquee Sports Network. We'll be over in Scottsdale for that one. Deweese hits one into center field. And one up. And one down. The folks at Bernie's welcoming Marcus Stroman. Can't wait for the Stroh show. And that'll be tomorrow, by the way. The Stroh show. Looking forward to that.
Well, we had occasion to bump into former Cub hitting coach John Maley last night after dinner. And John was the director of player personality at some gig with the Toronto club back in the day when Stroman was first drafted and coming up, and he's saying his praises. He loved his competitiveness.
It's been fun for me watching him long toss and get ready to throw his bullpens and the whole routine that he goes through. He's so conscious of trying to promote his athleticism, so there's a lot of balancing that he does. He does throwing on the run as if he were a shortstop, and he actually was in college at Duke. His first 2 years he played second and short. I'm going to look at him tomorrow. That's to third. And Machado retired. Let's send it downstairs, and Taylor McGregor.
The word I kept hearing when asking guys about Marcus Stroman was energy. Everybody complimented his positive energy. You're just around him and you feel something different. And I think Cub fans felt that on social media. And oftentimes it's hard to interpret what people mean on Twitter, but I think it's genuine. He's super excited to be around this organization, and he's fired up to contribute to this ball club, and his teammates feel it. And that's what's been fun to talk to guys about him the last couple of days.
Yeah, he's been engaging, no question about it. The pitcher here is Andrew Perez. And that one is raked down the left side. Foul ball off the bat of Trent Jimbroni, who we saw at the end of last year make his major league debut in Pittsburgh. First big league pitch he saw, he singled off of Anthony Banda. Have to keep that souvenir, pretty cool. He singled today. And a swing and a miss, and Jimbroni down on strikes, and the Cubs go in order in their half of the fifth. We'll head to the sixth, and here in Mesa, Sloan Park, spring training baseball. White Sox by.
Six no-hit innings for Zach Davies. He's been brilliant here tonight. And they're 3 outs away from a combined no-hitter. Swing and a miss. History in L.A. It's a no-hitter.
And that one is chopped to Odor. And the Yankees win again. And the save for Chapman, the 300th of his career, the 31st pitcher to reach that number. Chop slowly. Oh, there's a situation at third. The throw is to first. They have Simeon in a rundown. He's tagged out. Throw to third. It's a triple play. They pulled a triple.
Back here in Mesa Sloan Park. And the White Sox by a run. The 7-inning split squad game between the Cubs and the White Sox. John Shelby, Jim DeShays. And downstairs, another member of our crew, Taylor McGregor, standing by.
Thanks, Boog. Here with our friend Peggy Gilmore, Director of Experiential Marketing for Sloan. You can see right behind us a huge partner of the Chicago Cubs. Why so important for you guys to partner with the Cubs?
Mostly because two Chicago-based brands forever and ever and ever. Cubs are the greatest team ever, and Sloan is the greatest commercial plumbing company. And it's a great way for us to bring customers to games, show off our product in the bathroom, have a great day at the ballpark. Everyone's always happy, and everyone loves a hot dog and a beer. So
you guys are out here celebrating today. Love the green shirts from Obvious Shirts, so shout out to Joe for those. Who's your team in March Madness?
March Madness, I'm going to go based on the Tennessee Smoky Cubs. We're going with Tennessee. I'm a little upset with the ranking, but I think they're going to show up in the end, so go Tennessee.
There you go. They are a 3 seed, but maybe they can pull it out. They just did in the SEC tournament, so appreciate your time. Thanks so much as always. Enjoy it out here today. Boog, we'll send it back up to you.
Taylor, Peggy, thank you. As Scott Efros on here and facing Blake Rutherford. Rutherford 0 for 2 so far. This guy did nice work in 14 appearances. Good strikeout rate. Just to give you an idea, see 31% the strikeout rate. Major League average is 23.2%. And he gets ground balls at a good rate.
Gets ground balls, gives you a little funk. You know, with that drop down delivery, you think he'd be very vulnerable against left-handed hitters, but he competes pretty well against lefties as well. Chafin, Tepera, Kimbrel traded last year, and it kind of opened the door for some of these guys to come up and get a taste. And Efros is certainly impressed. He's got a real opportunity here to make this ball club this spring. You know, depending, his odds have gone down a little bit with the additions to the roster here in recent days, but I would not be surprised to see him spend a bunch of time in the big leagues this year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think this is a guy that his goal should be to be pitching a lot at the major league level this season. And Rutherford will take his space.
Hey, Cub fans, go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for the latest Cub news and in-depth feature stories presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Wilbur Sanchez now
See if he can dial up that ground ball right here. There are some changes in the field for the Cubs. Ed Howard is in at shortstop now.
So Dixon Machado out of the game.
Chicago area kid, one of the top prospects in the organization.
First round pick.
Jackie Robinson, Little League hero.
And Ben's outside. Ball to strike on Sanchez. Cubs down a run here in the 6th. Runner goes. That one hit on the ground. Howard gets it out of the glove, and they turn 2. Well done.
And fortunate that ball was well struck with the runner on the move. It got out there so quickly to Howard. He didn't really hurry either. Took a moment to get the handle and then the feed and a nice turn. That's with the Utley rule coming into effect a few years back now. Second baseman can feel comfortable making that turn. In the past, you would probably end up in left field.
Yes. Yeah, there's no question it's changed that if you have the time, the runner coming is a non-factor in terms of how that play ends up playing out. That you might get blown up is not an alternative.
Yeah, I mean, he can still get a piece of you, right?
Yeah.
But it's a much less aggressive play than it once was.
That one out towards right center and pretty well hit. And now a chance to throw him out at third. It's safe. And that'll be a triple. So Mieses.
Yeah, his second hit of the day. A little flare base hit to right early. And now this triple in the gap. Frost tries to beat him inside with a fastball. Gets the hands pulled in, the barrel to this baseball. A somewhat reluctant triple as he was heading towards second base. It looked like he was going to break it down. Kind of broke rhythm with his stride. And maybe had a hard time picking up his third base coach Helms, because the third base coach and the umpire are dressed exactly the same. He picked up the umpire. Like, I don't know if he wants me to go or not.
In the air, shallow right. Oh, and he's not able to make the play. One run in to score, and it's now 4-2. So Wetzel can't come up with it. And Jacob Wetzel, you mentioned the high sky.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you see a ball like this and you say, well, this is a routine, fairly easy play. A long way to go. You see he's battling the sun the whole way.
So they add on an extra run.
If you're keeping a scorecard at home, God bless you, first of all.
Yeah, indeed.
And secondly, E9.
So here's Colas again. I mentioned this guy was signed from Cuba in January. There was some talk that he would end up being a two-way player. Some referred to him as the Cuban Ohtani. Fastball up there at 95-ish. But they've committed to making him just a position player.
Well, it's nice to have that in your back pocket. If for some reason the position player thing doesn't work out, you've always got, hey, by the way, I can do this.
Yep. Efros ahead, 1-2. And Scott just misses.
Nice sequencing. And way out in front of that changeup, and then fastball in on the hands, looking for a little weak contact. was able to disregard, but really nice try by Efros.
Towards first.
Scott Efros was a 15th round draft pick of the Cubs of Indiana University back in 2015. Made this adjustment to being a sidearmer in 2019.
Great pitch, breaking ball, clips the corner, and Colas is out. Efros gets the strikeout. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, and the White Sox adding a run, lead 4-2.
One and two the count. The next swing and a miss struck him out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Valdez, who is through 8. He has been completely control, like no big thing.
Ripped up the middle and the beat goes on. 7-1 Dodgers.
Grand slam! Game busted wide open! 11 runs, 7 hits after 1.
Here's a 1-0. And on the ground, Swanson, he's got it to his feet, throw to first. There it is! The Atlanta Braves are going to the World Series!
Get up, ball, get out of here. How about a 3-homer night for Vladdy?
Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by University of Chicago Medicine. Tougher, stronger, smarter. By Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen. Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. And by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
No better place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the country than right in Chicago, Illinois. How beautiful is that? It's also beautiful down here in Mesa, Arizona for what we're calling the best day ever. All the players walked into the clubhouse today and they had an obvious shirt waiting for them saying just that. Below it said St. Patrick's Day and March Madness. It is a pretty good day, but I will say I was underwhelmed by a lot of the players' enthusiasm about March Madness. It doesn't seem like a lot of guys are paying a ton of attention. So I told everybody to just cheer for Arkansas. They didn't have a team.
Maybe they're distracted.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. You know, they kind of have some stuff going on.
Yeah, there's usually a few pools making their way around the house.
Yep.
A little bracketology. We're dutifully wearing our green shirts, boo.
Who you got in the tournament?
Zags.
All right. That's kind of my vibe. I think I spend a lot of time in the Big 12. I'm the mayor of Lubbock. Texas Tech's got a chance.
Well, I watched some of your work this winter doing the Big 12. There was a lot of exciting games, and I have been influenced as well. So I know I've got some Big 12 teams going pretty deep in the tournament.
I like it. You mentioned Arkansas.
Really?
Well, we could have a big Arkansas-UConn matchup in round 2.
I know.
Mike Santini and Taylor McGregor.
I know. Let's hope UConn makes it that far.
Mike Santini, let's just say in terms of You get him going on UConn. It's aggressive.
Okay.
It's aggressive.
I did pick
proud,
Gonzaga
man.
though.
That's his team.
Boog. I picked Gonzaga.
You took the Zags all the way?
Because of Boog.
Oh my gosh.
I trusted his expertise. I was going to pick Kansas, but every time I pick Kansas, we all know how that ends.
All right, well. There's John Hicks, or beg your pardon, Jordan Hicks.
See? And the Hicks and the Wicks. Bradwick has been placed on the 60-day IL. He's had a little flare-up with the elbow. Hopefully, he can get back for a significant chunk of the season.
Well, there he is. So he's on the 60-day.
Yeah. Now this was after the procedure he had for his heart.
Yeah.
I know I saw some video of him on Twitter during the lockout throwing, and it looked like he was good to go.
Hicks puts a charge into that one. Way back, and that will go. So John Hicks crushes one. And the Cubs within a run.
Nice swing of the bat, John Hicks. This home run replay is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. He went down and got one, Boog. He's down knee high, bottom of the knees. Big, strong man. Delivers a mighty blow. Listed at 6'2", 230.
Bradley Beasley hitting here. And that one will find space out in right center field. So Beasley with a base hit.
Under third and up a little bit. Beasley able to take advantage.
Here's Grayson Bird, who came into the game at first base. And he's still there. It's a good red beard he's rocking right there.
Uh-oh.
Got him picked off. Quick throw, save. But Beasley just went first move and ended up beating the throw and showing off the speed.
They got nice break. First baseman did not do a good job of closing the gap. Once that base runner starts to go and the ball's headed your way, 94 has got to move towards the pitcher to make that throw shorter, and also making his own throw to second base a little shorter as well.
Helping out on the angle also is the thing you're looking to do. So Beasley in a scoring position. Cubs down a run, bottom 6. And that one in there, got him. And Grayson Bird retired. And now it'll be Pete Crow Armstrong.
I may or may not have mentioned this earlier in the game. I don't know if Taylor and Elise were talking in the pregame. His parents are both actors. His mom played the mom and was a Little Big League, the one where the kid managed the Twins. One of those baseball movies.
Yeah.
And then she was on that TV show Heroes.
I watched that show.
Do you?
Yeah, or I did. Yeah, went to the same high school that produced Lucas Giolito, Max Fried, Jack Flaherty, Harvard, Westlake.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Did she go there?
Yeah. Gray Davis, the governor. Have you ever looked at the notable? It's almost like Regis High in New York, the notable alumni list from Harvard Westlake. They could give you a run for your money. Okay.
I feel like I'm going to get a text from Mike McCarthy.
You think?
Any second.
You think?
Any second. Oh, did you go to Regis?
But then, you know, from all the reports, this kid could play center field in the big leagues right now. And it might not take the bat all that long to get there. He's just a pup. I think he turns 20 this month.
Yeah, just 19. They love the defense. Labrum surgery last May. On the ground, and a diving play. Out at first.
That. No replay in spring training.
Nico Armstrong showing off the wheels down to first. John Hicks puts a charge into one. Pulls that one over the left field fence. Cubs within a run.
Ripped up the middle and the beat goes on. 7-1 Dodgers. Grand slam. Game busted wide open.
11 runs, 7 hits after 1.
The longer that this at bat goes on, it feels like something good is going to happen for the hitter. It fouls off another.
Anthony drives one. Gone!
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
There's another base hit from Miguel Cabrera.
Well, we know more to say it, and there it is.
And now he stands alone at 45, breaking the tie with the great Babe Ruth.
Ground ball to Gleyber Torres, and that'll do it. A no-hitter for Corey Kluber. On a Wednesday night in Texas, Kluber becomes part of forever.
Hey, we are back. White Sox lead the Cubs here 4-3, top of the 7th. Most of the news has been really good around the Cubs here lately. Everybody excited to get baseball back, but there was one gut punch in recent days. We lost our good friend Craig Lynch a couple days back. Anybody who spent any time in the press box at Wrigley Field had an opportunity to chat with Craig. Just a wonderful human being. Blind from birth, but it did not stop him from pursuing his career as a reporter, writer, radio reporter, and all-around great guy. Trivia master, my goodness. Encyclopedic memory. And just a wonderful guy. Every interaction you had with him, you came away feeling a lot better about the world.
I loved coming into the ballpark, and he would be in the middle of, asking a trivia question or something like that. And I think the other part that, for me, I got to meet him when I was working for ESPN Radio more than anything, and he'd hear Sunday Night Baseball, and as someone, that couldn't see, he would engage me, and a lot of times I'd be speaking in the press box, and he would say, "Oh, that's John Shelby," and he'd come over and we'd start to talk, and he was wonderful.
You could say, "Hey, Craig, May 4th, 1972. Oh, the Cubs were in Cincinnati that day. It was a Tuesday. So-and-so had 3 hits. It's incredible." And then the people that helped him too. I won't start naming names because I'll forget guys, but we were able to make friends with those people who would kind of escort Craig around the ballpark, and great friends of his, and they became friends of ours as well.
Yeah, he would be missed. Mercedes getting out of the way of that one from Daniel Palencia. Now, this is a kid that bears watching a bit. Stocky right-hander. Mercedes lifts it to center. And there's 2 down. Palencia is a guy they got in the Andrew Chafin trade, so he came from Oakland, but he's got a really good arm. Only 22 years old, just turned 22, from Venezuela. And I know internally they're excited about him.
Yeah, he can go upper 90s with the fastball velo.
And they've really upgraded the stockpile of arms.
Tight little slider he's featuring too. He's not wasting any time, Boog.
No, he's not at all.
Well, now take a little deep breath this time after that bad miss. Now has to make a pitch, 3-1. Suspect we're going to see a challenge fastball here.
To center field. And Palencia able to get him 1, 2, 3. We'll go bottom 7.
To make the most of
Breaking ball struck him out, and the Red Sox have won the top wild card position. They knock off Washington. They sweep the series 7-5. The final.
There's another base hit from Miguel Cabrera.
Well, we know more. Cubs 3. Last chance for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th. Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and much more.
A reminder, join host Cole Wright, Marquee Sports Network analyst, as they get you ready for tomorrow's Cubs-Giants game with Cubs Live, presented by Toyota. It all kicks off tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. right here on Marquee Sports Network. So we'll have the Cubs and the Giants in Scottsdale for you. The pitcher will be the righty Caleb Freeman. As he and Xavier Fernandez will be the battery for the White Sox on St. Patrick's Day. Little split squad 7-inning here in Mesa. Same deal over at Camelback Ranch, right?
Yeah, that's right. 7-inning game over there between these two organizations. The announced crowd at a little over 7,700. Remember, this game was a late add to the schedule. I was walking by the box office here at the stadium yesterday, and there was a gentleman at the ticket window trying to procure tickets for this game. And the lady was very upfront with him. She said, look, you know, it's a 7-inning game, and it's probably going to be mostly minor leaguers. And he was like, I don't care. I'm good. I just want in. I just want to be in the ballpark.
My kind of dude. Josue Huma hits one to the right side. Pitch and 1 out. So 1 away. And Jacob Wetzel now.
Redemption time for Jacob at that miscue in right field earlier, but we're going to blame that on the sun. He might not, but we will.
Well, I feel like everything up in the air has been a bit of a fight. Anything that's been up high.
You're at red. He's going to drop down the edge a little bit, so this is the slot here. Well, he's changing the slots, yeah.
Breaking ball missing upstairs. So great to have baseball back. We got a chance to watch Kyle Hendricks pitch.
Like, I don't want to go all nerd, but I was like just geeked up filling up my lineup card today.
Absolutely.
Like, I haven't done this in a while.
Yep. Sloan Park here in Mason. Great day. Just feeling good vibes all the way around.
Wetzel just 21 years old. Made his professional debut last year at Myrtle Beach.
Up and away. All right, how about our upcoming schedule? And it's brought to you by Hyundai. Giants, Cubs come your way tomorrow night right here on Marquee Sports Network. Back at it Saturday for the Padres, and then at the Dodgers on Sunday, the Reds, the Mariners, the A's. Just a sampling of what's to come. Our Hyundai upcoming schedule. There's Ed Howard now. Howard, who was teammates with Jacob Wetzel at Myrtle Beach. One down, Cubs down a run here, bottom 7. Oh, looks like Owen Casey's got a bat in the on-deck circle.
Howard, the Cubs' first pick in the 2020 draft, number 16 overall. Of course, there was no minor league baseball in 2020. His debut season professionally, 80 games at Myrtle Beach last year.
Now one in the dirt and kicks away from the catcher Xavier Fernandez. And now the tying run in scoring position.
Unable to slide out there and block that ball. Tried to pick it. Technique not good for Fernandez, and Wetzel gets himself into scoring position.
Wetzel at second. Howard waits for a 1-1. And a pitch.
Hey, did you see this note somewhere in the independent league? I don't know if it's the Atlantic League or one of the independent leagues this year. They're going to play at some point with a rule where if the catcher fails to handle the pitch, the batter at any point in the AB, if the ball gets in, he can just take off and steal first base.
Where's he going?
I don't know if I ever want to see that in the big leagues, but I want to watch a game where that's a rule.
100%.
Most evaluators said the glove is ahead of the bat for Ed Howard. Very talented defender. The expectation is that the bat will come and he'll end up being a very good major league player. That's the anticipation, right? When you're a first round pick out of high school, you hope that guy's an all-star someday. could be the path for young Ed Howard.
And again, he's part of that crop of talent that Jed Hoyer and Carter Hawkins have put together, right? This one more and more of it. Swings through that breaking ball. That was a pretty good one. Owen Casey is going to get a chance to hit here.
And sometimes it's the spin, the breaking pitch that young players have a hard time making an adjustment to.
So Wetzel out there at second. He's the tying run. And now here's Owen Casey. I feel like there's an extra amount of redheads in camp, which I'm here for.
I think it was a point of emphasis. I think you're talking about all the acquisitions the Cubs made. I think they wanted to go a little more ginger.
Yeah.
Casey from the Padres and the Yu Darvish deals got big time power.
He's from Canada. They tell the story that he was taking batting practice, finished a round, checked his phone, and said, I got traded to the Cubs, and then went and took his next round.
I like the commitment.
But just that he's really even.
Yeah, right.
On the ground, diving play. That's a heck of a play. Wow.